Oh, oh my gosh. The fish room flooded. Oh my gosh. Oh, Challenger. My fish room got flooded, and this was such a horrible story, but make sure you stay to the end of this video because I'm going to be teaching you something that I didn't really care about, and that's why my fish room got flooded. But do not worry, this actually has a happy ending, as you can see behind me, but don't worry, I'll be showing more of the fish room in upcoming videos. But yeah, my fish room got destroyed. I posted a video about this literally 6 months ago when it happened, and I decided to take a long break from YouTube just because I was so upset with how my fish room got destroyed. So, what happened? Well, it's actually an interesting story with the basement and with the fish room. So, hi, I'm James. Welcome to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button on this video to help the YouTube algorithm because I just started posting videos again and YouTube kind of hates when you leave. So I've actually been posting videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure you look out for those and come back on those days. So since my fish room is located in the basement, basements are usually prone to flooding, whether it be burst pipes, leaking walls and cracks and stuff, or in my case, my sump or sump pump. But in the past, I've had problems with the walls. There are cracks in some of the walls, and water leaked into that because we had so much pressure from rainwater pushing in on the walls. So it was very unfortunate, and about 2 summers ago, we repainted the entire basement and resealed everything with thicker paint to prevent anything from getting in. We also dug a new drainage ditch on the side of the house to prevent water from building up around the side of the house. But the entire process of digging the ditch and repainting the entire basement was so much work, but it ended up actually being helpful and actually working, so it prevented water from flooding in from the basement. And we've had massive rainstorms here, and we haven't had to worry about water flooding in, which is pretty dope. And it's nice because, you know, I have all this equipment. I have my computer, my camera gear, my fish tanks down here, so it's really nice when I don't have to worry about water flooding. So knowing my luck, I decided to flood-proof the basement, and what I mean by that is preparing the basement for a possible flood. And what I did was I lifted all my outlets off the ground because water and electricity do not mix well. I also decided to lift up a lot of my more valuable things and prevent them from being on the floor by getting storage racks because I would not want my stuff to get ruined. Unfortunately, there are some things that I did leave on the floor and that I just couldn't lift up, like the carpet flooring I had, some of my notebooks I had on the floor because I didn't have them lifted up. But there was this one rainstorm that came, and it was no bueno. So I want to give you a little bit more background on the time and what happened when the fish room was flooding. So the day the fish room was flooding, I was filming a YouTube video showing off my terrarium that I was building. If you guys remember that, I was turning my 55-gallon into a terrarium. So I already had all my camera equipment. My camera was on a tripod. I was ready to film. I was ready to go. But before I filmed, I decided to go get dinner with my family, and we were just sitting upstairs, and we had a guest over, so I was being polite by not going in the basement, and I waited for everyone to leave. And when I went down, the first thing I saw were dark spots on top of the tile squares. And I was like, what? What is that? Then as I got closer, I realized it was water. And I don't know how to explain the feeling I got when I saw water on my floor. There were so many thoughts going through my head. First of all, I thought it was an aquarium that possibly burst. So then quickly I ran, looked at all my aquariums, noticed all of them had water and all of them were going fine. And I made sure it wasn't a filter leaking. And the amount of water we had, like literally even my 90-gallon could have broken and it wouldn't have had that much water that we got. So I was like, okay, what else could it be? Identify the problem to try finding a solution. So since we have had problems in the past with cracks and leaking in the basement, I checked the areas that water used to come in. Again, we did seal it, so that kind of protected it, but I still wanted to check just in case it failed or something else got clogged or something, I don't know. Once I realized it wasn't all the cracks, I went in the back room behind me. And this is where all the water was coming from. So let's go back there. It's a little dirty, so don't judge me. There's a reason there's a door there to prevent you from looking in there, but let's go. Behind door 1, it's kind of nasty down here. So this is our sump pump. And basically what it does is it collects water from all around the house and it puts it in this little hole. And then there's a water pump in there that shoots it up through this tube. And then the tube shoots it out in the yard so it doesn't go around the house and it prevents the walls from collapsing. I hope I explained that well. If you're a construction person and you know more about this, comment that down below. I think I explained it well. But unfortunately, we haven't upgraded the water pump in here in like 20 years. It was probably like 15 years because I don't remember ever refilling it or fixing it. So the water pump was very old. And apparently what happened, the water we were getting was coming in too fast for that small water pump to shoot the water out. I think it was like half a horsepower or like a quarter of a horsepower. So it really wasn't that strong to be pushing all that water up. And the pump actually ended up getting burned out. I'm gonna leave because it's kind of dirty in here and I don't like being in here. So we're moving. This is like paint and other nasty stuff. But in this room, I do have my YouTube studio that I film on. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. This is the room I film unboxing videos in. If you ever see those on YouTube, I review random products. But let's go into my fish room. So the pump pushing the water up was not strong enough. And water was coming in so fast that it literally flooded the fish room. Like, it got above the water. It flooded that room. Water started pushing through here. And it was just insane. And I don't know how long it was flooding. Maybe a couple hours. It had to have been that much time because water was pushing in so much. And guys, here's footage of me shoveling water. I spent, let me just show you and then I'll explain how much time I spent doing it. But here's that footage. Okay, that's how fast the water is coming in. There are two holes. Two holes. That's how fast the water is going in. It's literally like a faucet just turned on there. That's crazy. I'm gonna put the camera down and just start doing this all myself. Hopefully that wasn't boring just watching me shovel water. I actually had to use a little Easter egg basket to put my hand in that hole, get water, pour it out into a bigger bucket so my family could lift it up and run it out to the sink. And guys, I spent a genuine 2 hours just doing it. My arm and my hands were sore for the next week. I don't know if I can explain this on camera, just like the amount of work that I had to do. And my brother and my mom were there helping me as well, but this is like my room. My mom honestly told me to like just give up and just let it flood, let it damage everything, and we'll just like collect insurance or something, or just address the losses later on. And I was like, there is no way I'm giving up. I am a challenger. This is my fish room. This is where I spend all my time. The amount of memories I've made in this room, whether it be making videos or just hanging out with friends down here, I just can't sacrifice all that. So my brother went to the store, and this was happening during the pandemic. So basically stores would close at like 8 o'clock, and that's when the fish room started to flood. So we couldn't buy a water pump, and I was so upset. But gladly, if you remember, I used to have a pond for my fish, and we actually have a very powerful water pump. But I completely forgot about it, but my brother remembered it, and it was still in the pond. So while it was raining, my brother ran out there, he grabbed the pump out of the water, he cleaned it off, quickly ran down here, and we routed the hose out of our egress window and turned it on, and that honestly saved us. It took so long to get all of that set up, but it ended up pushing all the water out of that hole, and we were able to prevent the water from getting in here. Unfortunately, we still did have to deal with the losses. I lost like so much money on, I don't want to think about this. It makes me upset. I did have to throw away all the carpet squares in here because they were completely soiled and ruined. I have a small bucket in the garage. It's purple. It's by the dirt. And I have a 5-gallon bucket. Because when water gets in it, like, you can try to dry it or try to like get all the water out. But the thing is, like, there was like moldy water and we left it for a couple of days, so it was trashed. So over the course of a couple hours after the pump got fixed, we had to use a squeegee and other sorts to get the water out. We had fans blowing. We also had our dehumidifier literally running constantly, trying to get the water and the moisture out of the air. Because moisture over long periods of time can ruin the foundation and the woodworks. It can also create mold and other nasty stuff that you do not want in your house. So my tip to you, if you have a basement in the US or if your parents have it, tell them to like make sure that the water pump works, because it can be horrible if that happens. I also ended up getting little moisture detectors, so if there is a flood in the future, I'll get notified quickly on my phone, and that way I could address the problem even quicker than I did for this one, and that could prevent water from getting in here and stuff being damaged. Now before I end the video, I just want to say a couple things from my last video. If you watched my last video, I don't know where the box is. I got this package from Fluval, the aquarium company, and I got a lot of comments actually. So shout out to Eternal Ozzy for suggesting this. So it turns out that this rag might actually be used for cleaning the glass instead of your hand when you're in your aquarium, and I assume that's true. Cause like, look at this. This is like a microfiber. It's a really cool cloth. And I'd assume it's meant for cleaning the glass. So thank you for that suggestion, and that's probably what I'll use it for. I also put a little Fluval sticker right there. And a lot of you guys mentioned that you wanted me to do a giveaway with the stickers. So in the next video, I will be having a giveaway, so make sure you look out for that video. And also in the next video, I will be revealing the new fish room. So make sure you hit your notification bell. Again, YouTube doesn't like when you leave YouTube. I think I said that right. So basically the algorithm hates me right now. So I need to keep making videos so that it recognizes that I'm back. It would mean a lot if you check back every couple days to see when I post a new video, or turn on the notification bell, as long as it's not too annoying when you get get notified. And you can also check out my Instagrams at ChallengeTheWildYT or at James Morelan if you want to get notified, because I always share that I'm making new videos on that. So that would mean the world if you check out the next couple videos, because I really want to start making more videos, but it kind of sucks when YouTube buries these and not that many people view them, because I get comments that some people don't get notified when I make videos. So again, check back every couple days. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace. Wap.